There's one cheat code that guarantees success in everything you do, and that cheat code is discipline. Think about it. Your body isn't built by working out just one day at the gym. It's built by showing up every single day. Similarly, your goals aren't achieved with just one burst of effort. They're reached through constant, unwavering work every day. You cannot expect success if you're only putting in effort sporadically. For real progress, you need an unbreakable discipline, and that's exactly what I'm going to share with you in this video. Once you unlock this cheat code, nothing can stop you. You might be wondering, how can I make my discipline unbreakable? Well, first, let's understand why this matters so much. The foundation of success lies in your ability to push yourself every single day, without excuses. Whether it's working on your dreams, fitness, or career, discipline is the bridge that turns your ambitions into reality. Stick with me, and I'll show you how to make this kind of discipline part of your DNA. Do you remember Newton's first law of motion? It says that an object at rest will stay at rest unless acted upon by an outside force, and once it's in motion, it stays in motion unless something stops it. This is incredibly relevant to building discipline. Getting started is the hardest part. Sitting down to study, starting your workout, these are the hardest moments because your mind will always find an excuse to avoid them. It's like your brain is wired to resist anything that requires effort. But there's a solution. The key to breaking through this barrier is having a strong, compelling reason behind whatever task you're about to do. Why are you doing this? Why is this important? And trust me, this reason can be anything. It could be your family, your dream job, or simply wanting to prove something to yourself. The moment you realize why you must act, the excuses fade away, and you find yourself unstoppable. You'll have a fire inside you that pushes you forward even when you don't feel like it. There are countless times when we feel too lazy or unmotivated to do the things we know are important. But if you have a powerful why behind your actions, motivation becomes effortless. Imagine your goal is to build a successful career or get in shape. Now, imagine your why is your family, your children's future, or even something deeply personal to you. That why will ignite a fire inside you that can never be extinguished. It's not just short-term motivation, it's a deep-rooted drive. Think about it. Every time you feel resistance, every time your mind says, I don't feel like doing this, remind yourself why it matters. Think about that reason until it sparks a fire in your chest. Whether it's thinking about your mom's sacrifices, the dream house you want, or a future that's brighter than today, that why will keep you on track. This isn't some fleeting motivation that fades after an hour. It's the kind of drive that keeps you going long-term, no matter what obstacles come your way. Newton's law doesn't just explain the difficulty of getting started. It also helps us understand the resistance we face when we're in motion. Once you've taken action, momentum builds. But there are forces that can stop you. Distractions like your phone, social media, or even laziness. These forces can derail your progress if you let them. But you must remember that you are the force of momentum in your own life. If you don't let those distractions pull you away from your work, you'll keep moving forward. The key here is learning how to push past distractions. We all face temptations that stop us from working on what we know is important, but the difference between successful people and those who aren't is the ability to keep moving forward in spite of these distractions. The moment you recognize that your mind is the only force that can derail you, you'll realize that you have the power to stay in motion, no matter what. The 10-minute rule is a game changer. Have you ever had an urge to procrastinate or do something that's completely unproductive? Maybe you feel like browsing social media or watching videos instead of working. Well, guess what? That urge lasts for just 10 minutes. If you can hold out for 10 minutes, that desire will fade away. The key is to ignore the distractions for just 10 minutes. Play a motivational song, focus on your goals, and let the energy of your why push you through. This 10-minute rule works because it gives your mind the time it needs to snap out of the temporary laziness or distraction. By the time those 10 minutes are over, your brain will have shifted focus, and the urge to procrastinate will diminish. It's all about mental endurance. That quick surge of power that comes from ignoring distractions will help you get back into the zone and finish what you started. Let's face it, distractions are everywhere. Your phone is a constant source of temptation, friends calling to hang out, or even your own mind telling you that one break won't hurt. But here's the harsh truth. Distractions are the silent killers of productivity. They may seem small, but over time, they add up and rob you of your discipline. The trick is recognizing them as they happen and not allowing them to take over. The moment you spot a distraction, take a deep breath and remember that you're in control. It's not the phone or the TV or your friends that are destroying your discipline. It's the choices you make in those moments. Whenever you feel the pull of distractions, simply focus on the bigger picture and why your goal matters. Stay committed to your task, and soon enough, distractions will seem insignificant compared to your determination. To take your discipline to the next level, you need a clear and visual reminder of your commitment. Write down your goal on a piece of paper and title it Mission Unstoppable. Now, break your goal into 3 daily tasks that are related to achieving it. Whether it's studying for an hour, working out for 30 minutes, or writing a chapter of a book, these tasks are your daily commitment to yourself. At the end of each day, when you complete these tasks, mark an X on the calendar. This is more than just a simple tracker. It's a psychological game. As the X's start to pile up, something amazing happens. Your brain becomes attached to this streak, and you'll feel an almost addictive need to keep that chain going. Each day, you'll do whatever it takes to add another X to the calendar. The pressure to not break the chain becomes your motivator, and soon you'll find that skipping a day feels harder than continuing your streak. This method creates an unbreakable discipline that ensures your progress. The psychological principle behind this chain method is simple. It leverages the power of consistency. When you start seeing those X's, your brain starts to get hooked on the idea of not breaking the chain. Each X represents a small victory, and the more you accumulate, the stronger your discipline becomes. Breaking the chain feels like losing progress, and that is a powerful motivator to keep going. This is where the magic happens. As you build momentum and consistently check off your tasks, you enter a flow state where work becomes almost automatic. You won't need to rely on willpower anymore because the chain is driving you forward. It's no longer about motivation, it's about consistency, and that's where unbreakable discipline is born. The most powerful thing about this method is that it forces you to think in terms of consistency. Every day counts. Even on days when you don't feel like doing anything, the chain pushes you to take action. Missing one day may not seem like a big deal, but it breaks the pattern, and the momentum you've built is lost. Think about it. One day off today might turn into 2 days, then a week, and eventually you'll find yourself slipping back into old habits. So what's the solution? Commit to not missing a single day. Even on the days when you're exhausted or when life gets in the way, make sure to do something, no matter how small. If your goal is to work out, do 10 push-ups. If it's reading, read 1 page. Small actions still count. And by keeping the streak alive, you'll ensure that your discipline remains unshakable. Now that you know the cheat code to unbreakable discipline, it's time to take action. No more excuses, no more procrastination. All you need to do is commit to the process, stay consistent, and never break the chain. Every day, you're getting closer to unlocking the best version of yourself. The discipline you build today will carry you into the future, making you unstoppable. Remember, success isn't about working hard for one day. It's about working hard every day. You now have the power to make discipline your superpower. And with this cheat code, your dreams are closer than ever before. The only thing standing between you and your goals is your commitment. So, start today and let the journey to an unstoppable you begin.